Subscribe Tag TV YouTube channel and press the notification button.
You are very, very special to us, and our blessings for all my elders, and we are very proud of you.
Namaskar. Greetings on India's Independence Day and congratulations to the Indo-Canadian community for the first ever Indian flag hoisting and the special illumination in the Indian tricolour at the iconic Niagara Falls to mark our 74th Independence Day. Bathing the Niagara Falls in the colours of India represents the strong bond of friendship between India and Canada. I take this opportunity to thank Ms. Sandy Bello, Chair, Niagara Parks Commission, Mayor Niagara Falls, His Worship Mr. Jim Diodati, and Mr. Tony Baldinelli, Honourable Member of Parliament, Niagara Falls, for their superb work and unstinting support. I would also like to thank and congratulate Mr. Ajay Modi of the India-Canada Arts Council and our own Consul General Apurva Srivastav for this brilliant initiative. India and Canada are strategic partners. We are proud of the 1.6 million strong Indo-Canadian community, as also the 700,000 Indian nationals in Canada today. Indian students in Canada, who now number well over 200,000, are part of the dynamic and resilient future of Canada. I'm sure that these celebrations will showcase the best of India to our community here and to the wider Canadian population. I once again convey my best wishes to the team of the India-Canada Arts Council on the occasion of India's 74th Independence Day. Jai Hind.
A very happy 74th Independence Day to all the Indians, Indo-Canadians and friends of India. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be part of this wonderful event organized by MICA. I'll be very happy to flag off this car rally. You know, this is basically, Indian community finds every time innovative ways to work during the pandemic, and this is one of the most innovative ways which I have seen. I mean, there'll be social distancing, or everybody will be in their car, and even then we'll be celebrating the Independence Day suitably as per the occasion. So congratulations, MICA, once again for this wonderful initiative. I'm very happy to be part of it.
This event was incorporated by us. You know, we've been here in United States for so many years. In DC, I haven't seen anything big scale happening. So last year, me and my husband decided that, you know what, we should do India Independence Day being the capital in a big grand way. So that's how it got incorporated. And so yes, last year was the first year that we started this, but this year COVID, and we were thinking, how are we going to make it possible? Maybe it's not happening. We didn't cancel the venue. We had booked it last year because, you know, it falling on the weekend. We wanted to do something. So Manish was like, no, I'll get the permission. We'll do it. And I was like, no, in COVID we can't. So we have to be safe. So then it was him, my son, and me. We were brainstorming and we were like, why don't we do a drive-through? You know, let's keep the independent spirit alive. And no matter what, COVID cannot bring us down. You know, our love for our nation stays, our unity stays. So we have to find ways and move on and celebrate life.
हमने ये जो एक स्पेशल इवेंट जो कोविड के पेंडेमिक के नज़र रखते हुए हमने एक सोचा था ये करें, इट इज़ अ सुपर सक्सेसफुल इवेंट और बहुत सारे हमारे जैसे आप देखोगे बहुत सारे लोगों ने हमको सपोर्ट किया है. दिस इज़ अ ड्राइव थ्रू इवेंट, इज द फर्स्ट ऑफ एवर इन अ काइंड इन USA विच इज़ अ ड्राइव थ्रू. और कोविड जो पेंडेमिक आप जानते हैं कि इतना ज़्यादा भयानक जो आपके यहाँ पे हादसे चल रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद भी हमने इतना बढ़िया एक इवेंट किया हमारे देश के लिए, हमारे भारत के लिए, और हमें बहुत गर्व है.
जन गण मन अधिनायक are confronted with a pandemic of an unprecedented scale, we are not able to gather with all members of the community in person to celebrate this important day. The last few months have been challenging. We are adapting to a changed world, a new normal. Thanks to technology, we are able to engage with each other virtually. India is on its march in our fight against the pandemic. A nationwide collective effort has helped us put in place systems to face the public health challenge. We are grateful for the efforts of the doctors and health workers who are real heroes. I would like to take this opportunity through your channel to greet my fellow Indians, Indian Americans, and friends in the United States on the occasion of 74th Independence Day of India. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19 crisis, we have not been able to meet in person, but at the same time, I am very happy that so many of you could join us virtually in these celebrations. Once again, I wish you and your families a very happy Independence Day. Do stay safe and well. Jai Hind.
And all Americans of Indian ancestry, all across the United States. Happy Indian Independence Day. We spare a special bond that I've seen deepen over many years. As U.S. Senator and Vice President, I've watched it deepen. 15 years ago, I was leading the efforts to approve the historic civil nuclear deal with India. I said if the United States and India became closer friends and partners, then the world will be a safer place. If elected president, I'll continue to believe it and continue what I've long called for, including standing with India and confronting the threats it faces in its own region and along its borders, expanding greater two-way trades that opens markets and grows the middle class in both our countries, taking on big global challenges together like climate change and global health security, and strengthening our democracies where diversity is our mutual strength and where we have an honest conversation about all issues, as close friends do. As president, I'll also continue to rely on Indian American diaspora that keeps our two nations together, as I have throughout my career. My constituents in Delaware, my staff in the Senate, the Obama-Biden administration, which had more Indian Americans than any other administration in the history of this country.
To the people of India and to Indian Americans all across the United States, I want to wish you a happy Indian Independence Day. On August 15, 1947, men and women all over India rejoiced in the declaration of the independence of the country of India. Today, on August 15, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. When my mother, Shamala, stepped off the plane in California at 19 years old, she didn't have much in the way of belongings. But she carried with her lessons from back home, including ones she'd learned from her parents, my grandmother, Rajam, and her father, my grandfather, P.V. Gopalan. They taught her that when you see injustice in the world, you have an obligation to do something about it, which is what inspired my mother to march and shout on the streets of Oakland at the height of the Civil Rights Movement, a movement whose leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., were themselves inspired by the nonviolent activism of Mahatma Gandhi. And it was during those protests that my mother met my father. And the rest, as they say, is history. Growing up, my mother would take my sister, Maya, and me back to what was then called Madras, because she wanted us to understand where she had come from and where we had ancestry, And of course, she always wanted to instill in us a love of good idli. In Madras, I would go on long walks with my grandfather, who at that point was retired. And we'd take morning walks where I'd hold his hand and he would tell me about the heroes who were responsible for the birth of the world's biggest democracy.
The moment you go far from your home, your love and the miss, how much you miss, you can understand. So we are, even though this far from India, but love, affection, determination, and the motherland's feeling we have amazing. So the crowd, if you see here, that's just so many people in this testing time, COVID time. Nobody stepped out from home, but we are maintaining the social distancing and making sure that this day we should always write in the letter which will, in Hindi we say the swarnim aksharon mein likhe jaye, waisa ki first time community is having flag hosting at Times Square.
We've gathered here for our 74th India's Independence Day. It's an honor and a privilege to host it here, make history for our motherland, for all of the diaspora around the world by hosting the Indian tricolor flag here on Times Square, the crossroads of the world. So I want to congratulate the entire Indian American community as well as the Indian diaspora around the world for achieving this historic feat.
We would request Consul General to unfurl the national flag. This will be followed by singing of the national anthem. I would request all of you to please rise and also sing along. After that, Consul General will read excerpts of the address given by the President last night to the nation. And finally, the program will conclude with Consul General's remarks. So, may I begin and request Consul General to please unfurl the national flag.
Himachal Yamuna सांसें खुलकर ली, सांसें खुलकर ली, तरक्की हमने है की, हर एक पल झूमे इंडिया, गाता है मन,
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
हो आजादी के रंगों से हम दीप जलाए, पैनोरामा के संग हम खुशियाँ मनाए, वो मिलकर अपने देश की ऐसी शान बढ़ाए, अपने बच्चों को भारत का इतिहास सुनाए।
मेरा भारत चाहे
तो क्या?
अब खुशहाली आए, ये दुनिया देखे अपनी आजादी,
जहाँ सुंदर हर एहसास हो
और बुझती हर एक प्यास हो, ऐसा है मेरा देश। हिंदुस्तान मेरे वतन, तुझ पर फिदा हम सब का मन।
मेरा इंडिया हमारा इंडिया, मेरा इंडिया हमारा इंडिया, मेरा